Alright, hello and welcome. This is Aaron with Still Picking. In this video lesson, I'm just going to show you maybe how we can clean up our playing a little bit. And also I'm trying to get you to work on your ear training. So what we're dealing with here is what I call overtones or dissonant notes within a chord, and how we can mute those notes out. And it's not necessarily a pick blocking lesson. It's just working on these overtones and these dissonant notes within our chords. So let's look at this, and hopefully this will help you playing. I hate to say make you playing a little more sophisticated sounding, but what the ultimate goal is to try to help you listen for things, and we can work within this E9 chromatic tuning to make our playing a little more cleaner sounding. So let's look at this lesson. Alright, let's get started with this lesson. I'm going to do, with my son outside, just a little bit different angle. The primary notes that I want to talk to you about that are kind of dissonant within chords will be your first string, your second string, and your seventh. So I'm going to give you some licks using those notes, then show you what we're doing, what we're talking about. So just as a point of reference, I'm just going to simply start at the first string, show you a couple of licks there where you would actually mute that string to make it sound not as dissonant or not have overtones. Just as another point of reference, I'm going to mute the notes with my thumb pick. And I'll show you the first lick, then I'll talk it out. Okay, I'm going to let that ring now without muting that first string. Okay, now I'll play it and mute that first string out. Okay, I hope you can hear those little nuances, the little difference. So what we're doing here, we're playing 3, 4, 5 as a group. Add 1, 3, 4, and 5 as a group. 1, 3, 4, and 5. The last time, I simply bring my thumb pick up, touch that first string by itself. Okay. Now, could you let that first string ring? Yes, you could. It's not that it's going to just be totally harsh to the ear, but it makes your playing a little cleaner. By muting that note out. Okay, so let me show you now the second one, or another thing to look at is when we're playing this second string. Now the lick would sound like this. Okay, now in this lick we're letting our first string ring. The dissonance comes between 4 and 2. See how that sounds when I mute that second string out? Okay, the lick is simply played 3 and 4 as a group, 1 and 2 as a group. And then I touch that second string and mute it. So I go 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then mute the second string. Okay, now this time I'll just let it ring. And mute it. Hear how it cleans up that sound? You don't have all those overtones. So in this type of lick, that first string sounds totally fine with it. It's almost like a bell ringing. And then in the first lick we did, we muted that first string. The second lick, same principle, but we're using a different group, and we mute the second string. Okay, I'm going to show you one more to think about. So we said we can work on muting the first, second, and seventh. So 1 and 7 is the same note as F sharp. So this lick would sound like this without muting the 7th string. Now muting it would sound like this. Without muting it, it sounds like this. Now muting it. Okay, the lick is played, and everything's at the 10th fret just for a reference. We play 8, 6 as a group, 7, 5 as a group, 6, 4 as a group. Then touch our thumb on the 7th string. Alright. So just to recap, when you're playing the first and second strings, you can work on muting those, and when you add that 7th string, and you're letting these notes ring obviously, we can mute those notes. Just experiment with that. And again, you could use picks. You know, you can mute with any finger that's natural to you. You know, I could use my finger picks if I wanted to. I'm just using the thumb as a reference. So give these a listen. Try that. Muting those notes out and listening to, you know, what sounds good to your ear, what sounds natural. So give these a try, and hope this opens up some new thoughts for you and maybe some new licks. Alright, as always, just thank you for checking out our videos. My son and I appreciate all that, appreciate the subscribers. We're really pleased with the way things are going, and mainly we're glad. It seems like we're helping a lot of people and getting a lot of really good positive feedback on what we're posting. So I hope this lesson helped you with your picking. It helped you try to recognize notes that are dissonant or that are a little bit cluttered within our chords, and how we can take care of that and make our playing sound a little more professional. So as always, just thank you, and keep picking.